Aidan Cole lived quietly behind the lens of his camera. He was a documentary photographer who captured other people's emotions but kept his own hidden. Losing his mother 2 years earlier left a quiet ache inside him, the kind that dimmed everything he touched. He didn't hate the world, he simply stopped expecting anything beautiful from it. Work became his escape. Shoot, edit, deliver, sleep. Love became a distant story he no longer believed belonged to him. Alara James lived on the opposite side of the emotional spectrum. She was a wedding violinist whose music felt like poetry. She played with tenderness, depth, and vulnerability, things she struggled to express in words. She had given her heart away before and had learned how deeply it hurt when people didn't hold it carefully. Rather than shutting down, she poured her emotions into her music, letting her violin speak for her. Their worlds crossed on a coastal wedding afternoon. Aidan didn't expect to feel anything that day. He was there strictly for work. But the moment Alara lifted her violin and began to play, he felt something shift. Her presence was gentle yet powerful. The way she closed her eyes as she played, the way her music softened the room, it all pulled him in. She noticed him too, not because of the camera, but because of the silent heaviness in his eyes. After the ceremony, they reached for the same glass of water. Aidan stepped back, embarrassed, but Alara smiled and said softly, "It's okay. We can share the moment." That single sentence echoed in both of them long after the wedding ended. They met again at another wedding, then another. Soon it stopped feeling like coincidence. Their conversations began with simple topics, music, work, the couples they filmed, but gradually deepened. They shared cafes, bookstore aisles, and quiet evenings watching the ocean. Aidan found comfort in her presence. Alara found calm in his silence. Their hearts moved toward each other gently, without either of them knowing what was happening. One evening at the pier, Alara looked at him and said, "You look at the world like it's fragile." Aidan replied, "And you play like you're trying to fix it." The truth between them was growing, soft and undeniable. But just when everything began to make sense, life complicated their path. Aidan received an offer to join a 6-month international photography expedition, an opportunity most photographers would fight for. He should have been thrilled, but all he felt was conflict. Leaving meant stepping away from the one person who made him feel something again. At the same time, Alara received an invitation to audition for a world symphony, her lifelong dream. But accepting it meant leaving the country for a year. She wanted it, but she feared losing the quiet, beautiful connection she shared with Aidan. Both hid their fears. Both avoided the conversation. They moved around each other carefully, as if trying not to break what they hadn't yet defined. But silence creates space, and space creates distance. One evening, Aidan finally whispered, "I'm scared, not of leaving but of choosing wrong." Alara looked at him with soft, sad eyes. "Maybe the right choice is the one that doesn't make you small." But neither knew how to choose. Days passed with unspoken tension. They didn't fight, they simply drifted, lost in their own fears. Then, 2 weeks before Aidan's departure, he packed his bags in a quiet apartment filled with the sound of zippers and uncertainty. Every item he placed inside felt like a goodbye he wasn't ready for. Then he found the photograph he had taken of Alara, standing by the shore, hair floating in the breeze, violin by her side, sunlight resting gently on her shoulders. He stared at the picture and felt something inside him break open. He couldn't walk away from the version of himself he became when he was with her. The world could wait. She couldn't. Across the city, Alara prepared for her audition, but her music felt hollow. The melodies were perfect, but the soul was gone. She realized she didn't want a future where she reached her dream stage yet felt emotionally empty. She needed clarity, and her heart pulled her toward the pier. That same evening, Aidan ran to the pier, breathless, his half-packed suitcase forgotten. He knew only one truth: he needed to see her. Alara stood at the edge of the pier, wind brushing her hair, eyes lost in the waves. She turned, sensing something familiar, and saw him. Their eyes locked, full of relief, longing, and the truth they never said. Aidan stepped closer, holding the photograph of her in his hand. "I tried to leave," he whispered, voice trembling. "But I couldn't pack this away. I couldn't pack you away." Alara's eyes softened. "My music doesn't feel like mine without you near." Those words were enough. They closed the space between them, letting go of the fears that kept them apart. There were no dramatic promises, no declarations of forever, only two hearts finally choosing each other with honesty and tenderness. Alara lifted her violin and played for him, not for the world, not for an audience, but for the man who helped her feel again. Aiden lifted his camera and captured the moment, not professionally, but lovingly. The sunset behind them turned gold and rose, as if blessing what they found. They walked away from the pier hand in hand, no fixed plan, no perfect roadmap, just two people choosing to face their dreams together instead of alone. Their careers still mattered. Their ambitions still mattered. But now they had something worth returning to, something worth building, something worth holding gently. Some hearts don't meet by accident. Some connections don't grow by chance. Sometimes love arrives quietly, exactly when the heart is ready to remember itself.